Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
I'm back again with another one. We in the East Coast now, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Man, let's start things off in the garden. In the garden. The
Bro,
G-A-R-D-N.
bro, you know what's pissing me off, bro?
What happened?
MB is doubtful. This health thing, man, I want to believe, we spoke about that too, about the Sixers having a chance to get out of the East now, right? Because Boston, this is essentially, and not taking nothing away from Miami or the Knicks. Damn, I gotta sneeze. Not taking nothing away from not taking nothing away from the Heat or the Knicks, right? But I think these are the best two teams remaining. And the fact that he hurt game one, it's just like I don't know, it's a slap in the face a little bit, man. And I don't know. How you feel about that? It pisses me off, bro. You got all this time to rest and you doubtful?
Still doubtful. My thing is too, man. You can't afford to be doubtful any of these games. You're not playing Brooklyn. You're not playing Atlanta. You're not playing. You're not, and not credit to those teams for making it as far as they did, and competing and leaving everything out there on the floor. But none of those teams is Boston, and you need every game versus this ball club. So even if you're a little bit ready, you got to get your ass on the floor. They can't. And I was talking to one of my coworkers about this because he still thinks that the Sixers could get it done, and I'm like, bro, who the fuck replaces 35-12? Yeah. His defensive presence on the side of the ball, the volume that he's gonna, the gravity how the defense is gonna gravitate towards his presence on the court. Like, who the fuck is gonna replace that? They couldn't even give me no damn names.
Yeah, not
Paul Reed.
Yeah, not Paul. That's what I was thinking about, and definitely not Minivan. With the boy that's shaped like a bag of ice banged up against a tree. What's his name? George Niang. Definitely not. He's shaped like a laundry bag, bro, like a full
bag of ice.
Yeah,
dirty clothes bag.
Yeah, but he gets some threes. But yeah, I agree, bro. Game one is over. If there's no Embiid, I will be shocked. I'll come on here and. I don't know, bro.
You owe something, I think, too. I gotta go back and watch some of the videos.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I think that was that Browns.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that ain't happening. Man.
But yeah, bro. I think they need to do what they got to do to get Embiid on the court. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just. You're asking a lot of Harden, you're asking a lot of Maxey at this point, and then who knows, what is James Harden gonna be willing to run it back again this year? After, this is y'all, this is like, you know what I'm saying? They in talks. He's still in. I think he has a player option coming up, but we was talking about this with the Clippers in that window. You got like this. Arguably, the Bucks is eliminated. This arguably is your best opportunity now to win a title.
At least Harden's get there.
Like Harden's on the like, we're being honest. Harden's on the decline. You know what I'm saying? It's not a super fast decline, but he's on the decline.
Facts.
Who knows what's gonna go on with Tobias Harris next year? PJ Tucker usually is a 1-year deal, 2-year deal guy. Maxey, he's gonna be up and coming, getting ready to get like, bro, you need to capitalize on this shit now. You need to be working, and I don't get how it's every single year there's these injuries that's holding the Sixers back. And it just sucks to see this opportunity get missed if Embiid doesn't play.
I agree, bro. When I seen that, it kind of like made me pissed, just because like I want to see, both teams at full strength. Because this is going to be a hell of a series, just like that. I know we spoke about that Warriors-Lakers series, and I feel like this is the same in the East, right? Not really the two main guys, the LeBron and Curry history, but the Boston and Philly history. Just for years going back and forth, and Philly feel like they can't get over that hump, and this is a game that you need to be at. Even if you're there, you just, like you said, that attention that you require on both sides of the court, which is big, but the more I think about it, I had my hype moment thinking that the Sixers would get it. And I don't know. Could he pull what was that? Willis Reed,
And come out there
and play and do something. Yeah, but I don't know, bro. I'm kind of leaning back towards the Boston thing.
If he does play, say he gets, because at least he's not questionable, to play. So doubtful, that's close to probable. You know what I'm saying?
No, doubtful mean they're doubtful that he's gonna play. They doubt he's gonna play. At least it's not out. You're saying?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Embiid can play, right? Say they drop game 1. If he doesn't play, and he does play game 2, if Embiid can come back after game 1, can the Sixers still get this series?
He's going to need game 2. This is how they do it, bro. I'm telling you. If he comes back game 2. He's going to need to have that game that he had in Philly against Boston. Remember late in the season? They had no Jaylen Brown at the time. 52 on like 20 of 23 shooting. Something crazy like that. That is going to be not to that, because that was a masterpiece. Maybe not to that stature, but he's going to need a phenomenal performance. Now, if he can give you 47 and 17 in game 2 and they win and carry that momentum into Philly, now we can talk. But I just think him being out and him trying to come in game 2, I don't see that happening.
Gotta get it together, man.
But I also thought the Bucks would go 4-1 in Miami. So apparently I don't know shit.
They took the life out of that series, man. Yeah. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Shifting over. Speaking of Miami, we had game 1 today in the Garden. Phenomenal atmosphere. They were there looking like some Eastern Conference Sacramento. Shit. Yeah. The way it was jumping in the Garden today.
The Knicks ain't been there since 1875, so of course it was jumping.
Yeah, nah. It's crazy. When was the last time? 2013.
Melo?
With Melo.
Is that Melo? Yeah,
yeah, they play Indiana. Yeah, man. It's just like the Heat is that team that you get up 13, you get up 16. It don't matter. You can't let up. You have to beat them until it's 0-0 on the clock. Like, you literally have to beat their ass down. You got to get up 35 and get up 40. It has to be one of those games for you to take your foot off the gas. If you take your foot off the gas just a little bit, bro, this team is just they're turning heads, because I'm looking at them players and I'm like, yo, they can make another finals run.
Bro, I was thinking about this, bro. How crazy could we get a Bubbles repeat? Lakers? Bro. No, they could. Kevin Love has fit in seamlessly. Like, he got acclimated quickly, and is playing a pivotal role in these playoff games, man. Yeah, I like Eric Spoelstra, and what he brings from a coaching standpoint.
Seen the adjustment at halftime. Because the Knicks was bullying them. Then getting into that paint, it's a downhill team. Bro, the Heat packed that shit in. Pack it in. You see Mike Budenholzer, did you see the adjustment today in game 1 that the Miami Heat made? You make adjustments in games when shit is not going your way and shit not working. You make adjustments. Facts. They packed it in the paint. They made things real tough on Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson started settling a little bit in that third quarter. Shooting more threes. RJ Barrett then played, as with the momentum that he had in the first half. Yeah. And I think a lot of people were saying, in the beginning of the game when the Knicks was rolling, like, oh, yeah, this is where you trade Randall. Obi Toppin played phenomenal, by the way.
He did.
But I think they missed Randall down the stretch in these games just to put a little bit more pressure on the defense as that third scorer. I think he could have, had a little bit of his way down there in the post a little bit, just to give them a little bit more of a post present, a post up guy that you could put on that elbow, that mellow area, let him get to his left hand going downhill and stuff.
Agreed.
I thought he was missed in this game a lot. But take me through what you saw from this Knicks and Heat game 1.
Yeah, bro, I agree, bro. I think it's like, it kind of reminded me of like a boxing match, right? Where I thought the Knicks came out aggressive. And the Heat just remind me, and I use the boxing analogy, bro, because the Heat just remind me of a boxer. Like, you're going to have to, a boxer that's going to fight to the distance. It don't matter what you're doing. You got to be careful. Punch out, a knockout puncher that you have to finish the fight, because if you don't, they'll come back and knock you out in round 10, 11, and then they're going to win that fight. That's what the Heat remind me of. Because how many times we seen them in the Milwaukee series and even in this series be down and not out. And you knew the atmosphere was going to be electric. Game ones always, for me, kind of dictate the series, especially when the better team, or the team that's supposed to win the series is on the road. And I know that's rare because seeding usually, the higher seeds get that first home game, but for a team to go in that game one and the start of a new series and to lose that first home game, I feel like I would love to see. I know we know stats, and a lot of the stats are fabricated, and that's why we do that. But some stats do speak volumes. And I would love to see that when game one is taken. How did the series turn out? Yeah, because I think this is a punch in the mouth for New York. Now the pressure for game 2, game 3, and game 4 is amplified. Right, because now you have to win game 2. You can't go down 0-2 at home, and if you do win game 2, now you have to still win on the road. If it's not game 3, game 4. So now you're playing from behind essentially.
Absolutely, bro. And I think too, the what makes the Miami Heat so dangerous is they're a team. They're playing for something, but they don't have nothing to fucking lose, bro. Where they got from being a playing team to where they at now, that's one of those teams that are the most dangerous for real, man. And like you said, bro, like the Knicks are gonna have to do a quick turnaround. They're gonna have to really see that you don't want to go down 2-0 heading into Miami on the road. Right. Too much pressure. And I think Julius Randle has to play next game.
Yeah, I agree. Bro. But where are you going with this series, right? Because we didn't get a chance to talk about this now and who's coming out of this, right? Because we had Milwaukee. But where do you have this? What's your series prediction? How is this finishing? Who is in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Everyone's healthy. So it's Randall's back.
Yeah. Randall's back next game.
I'm not going to be a fool, and I'm not going to sit here and laugh at the obvious. I got to go Heat in 7. Okay. I'm riding with Jimmy.
Yeah.
I know he tweaked his ankle a little bit.
Hemi, you mean?
The Hemi ball, Mr. Fake dreadlocks in the off season. I'm not gonna bet against Jimmy again. I think he wills this team to victory in this series. I also think coaching is gonna matter in this. I fuck with Tibbs, man. But I think his philosophy, he has an old school philosophy, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Great defensive guy, but I think Eric Spoelstra is phenomenal with the X's and O's. That Heat culture, I think they can match the physicality with New York. And bro, Heat in 7, man. What's your prediction?
I'm saying Heat in 6 because they took game 1. 6 has been like my magic number for some reason. But and they're doing all this without Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Thinking about that.
Gabe Vincent.
So this is my last question. Who do the Heat have a better chance of beating in the Eastern Conference Finals to make it to the championship? If you're the Miami Heat, you're Jimmy Butler, you're Eric Spoelstra, would you rather play Boston or would you rather play Philly? I think the answer is kind of obvious, but
I honestly would rather play Philly.
Yeah.
I think my thing
Philly
with Boston. No, what you was gonna say?
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you get your take first. My fault. I ain't mean to cut you off, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. The reason I say Philly is because I think Boston has, when you have a team with a two-headed monster like that, and the complementary pieces around it, I think that's gonna be more of a handful for a team like Miami to handle. To where like, all right, we know if we slow down Embiid and we make, all right, let's make James Harden be that 28-point scorer. Maxey has his games where like, he could be a high volume guy sometimes. He can go out there and go 5 for 17 for 14.9. So I think you rather have like a Harden Maxey try and win a series on you than to have to deal with a Jason Tatum, a Jaylen Brown. You got the dogs with Marcus Smart, Derek White. You got the veteran presence down low with Al Horford, young boy up and coming Robert Williams. Then you still got fucking Brogdon. That could come in and get you a consistent 15 to 18 points a night.
6 man of the year.
On that. Come on, bro. So I think that will be a lot for a team like Miami to exhaust. Like going back to that two-headed monster, Jimmy could go toe to toe with another superstar, but you're gonna miss Tyler. And you brought up the vets and the vet Kevin Love, and I think they play phenomenal tonight. Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry showed his value finally. But I think a team like the Heat will miss Tyler Hero in a series versus the Boston Celtics.
I agree with everything you said, bro. I think another point is, who do you think will self-destruct more, Boston or Philly? And I think the answer is Philly. I think Embiid, we already talked about Embiid being doubtful for game 1. The injury thing could come up with Embiid. It's Harden, he's on the decline. Like we said, it's Harden, really Harden. Tobias Harris, I've been off that shit. He's a good player, bro. He's a good player, bro. But you know what I mean?
To stay serious, man.
He's a good player, bro. But all those, all that money he getting, the production needs to match. Am I right? The production needs to match the pay.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying nothing that's wrong. If you go up to your job and you getting paid $200,000 a year and you coming in when you want and, your numbers ain't how it is, the company going to be like, we paying you all this money. We need you to produce. And I feel like that's the case with Tobias Harris. So you just, there's a lot of question marks. Tyrese Maxey, I like him, but there's a question mark, right? His career is still young. Can he shine in these moments? And things like that. So I think because of all of the doubt and unanswered questions that the Sixers have, I think you would much rather play the Sixers. I agree. And I think Jimmy knows, he played for the Sixers, right? So there's some insider. Things might have changed, but not all that much. He knows these guys' spots and what they like to get to. So I think that helps Miami as well.
I would love to see Miami Heat and Boston Celtics Eastern Conference Finals rematch, though. That is be crazy.
I agree.
Oh man, the matchups too, man. Like the matchups is definitely going to be interesting going forward. In both these series, I feel like both of these teams are going to beat the shit out of each other. All 4 teams in the East, and also in the West, man. It's about to get funky, bro.